How y'all doing out there? Thank y'all for watching the G Rich Show. I'm your host, the one and only Granville Richards, and today I have a super duper extraordinary episode for you guys. This dude has his hands in many bags and has had his hands in many bags. He was a rapper. He also produced, engineering, did artist management, has 35 awards for DJing.
Yes.
Has the first ever NBA industry night.
Yes.
He's been on Rap City in the Basement, MTV Music Mondays. He done did it all. Y'all give it up for the myth, the man, the legend, the one and only DJ Chuck T.
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming through,
man,
bro.
Definitely, man.
It's
a pleasure.
Heck yeah, man. Hey, when you, I think you like the only person I hit, and you hit me right back, bro. So I just appreciate you taking your time out your super busy day, bro, to come over here and do this interview,
man.
Bro.
No problem at all. You know, I haven't always been on the top of the food chain.
For sure.
You see what I'm saying? I grinded from the bottom to the top. So I remember how it was whenever I was just getting started and niggas was sort of giving me the cold shoulder. They was sort of, being real unprofessional about how they handled me. You know what I'm saying? Rather than just maybe telling me no or, let's wait a little while till you get your weight up or whatever. Niggas would just sort of give me the cold shoulder and brush me off, man.
That's
so
crazy.
I vowed to myself, once I got in a position the way I was the big dog, I was never going to treat the young niggas or the people who grinding from the bottom and the upcoming people like that, man.
Boy, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Now, on my interviews, I like to start from the top and go all the way to the bottom, bro.
Let's go.
I'm ready. My first question for you, man. I know you from Charleston. I looked at your bio. Are you from North Charleston? Because I know your high school was in North Charleston.
Yeah, no, I'm from North Charleston.
Man.
I'm from North Charleston, South Kakalaka, man.
Oh shit! Now, hey, tell me how DJ Chuck T was. How was DJ Chuck T as a kid growing up in North Charleston, bro?
So, man, my mom was really big in the church.
Okay.
My mom was a school teacher, and my dad was in the military.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He did 28 in the Navy.
Good
retired.
night.
Yeah, retired as a senior chief boatswain's mate. So, I come from a very disciplined household.
Okay.
Very disciplined, very religious, very, I wouldn't say strict, but knowledge was pushed on us.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? It was all about knowledge and not just religion, but just knowledge and education in general about everything. So, I always strive for knowledge. We were always pushed to be smart, be sharp. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Be intelligent. In school, when everybody thought it was cool to be dumb,
Still, to this day.
To this day, there was no way I was bringing home bad grades. I was so, I don't want to use, I had a healthy fear of my parents. You know what I'm saying? And I had more of a healthy fear of my parents than I had of being teased for being smart or feeling like I needed to be liked. So when everybody else was like, "Shit, man, I made a 40 on that test, man. Fuck that test, man. That test dumb as hell, bro.
No.
Man, fuck this class." And they had everybody else in the class saying, "Yeah, I made a 60. Fuck this class. I didn't pass." I was the nigga like, "Shit, boy, I made a 93.
Y'all could be dumb by your damn.
Exactly. I'm like, oh man, old smart ass nigga, old nerd.
I'll be there.
I'm like, shit, hell yeah, boy. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of my background in music comes from being in the church. My mom made us sing in the choir. You know what I'm saying? She made us lead songs.
Oh man, dang.
Yeah, bro. And just my overall business savvy. Me not being afraid to speak in groups of people or large groups of people. Me being articulate. Me being able to communicate well. Me being a leader, being in the forefront. All of that comes from the church.
I could tell that you had something told me that your parents had to be like kind of strict, because I was like, your work ethic is like unmatched, bro.
Disciplined, bro. Disciplined. And my mom told me something a few years ago, and man, it almost brought me to tears. She said, "Son, I admire how disciplined you are." She said, I admire it. And I'm sitting back like, man, I feel like I made my family proud, my mama proud.
That's the best compliment coming from your mama.
Yeah, and my dad too. My dad, he's hardcore, man. That nigga is like, what's old buddy from James from Good Times? That's my dad, bro.
Dang.
James from Good Times. That is my dad, bro. So even when he told me he was proud of me when I bought my house a few years ago, he was like, "Man, son, I'm proud of you. You a good dad, you know, because I've been a full-time single father for the last, you know what I'm saying, 15, 16 years.
Dang, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I seen a picture with you and your son. That boy look just like you, man. Good God. I'm talking about spitting
Yeah,
image.
man, that's a good thing these days, boy. That's a good thing these days. But nah, man, just growing up in North Charleston was an amazing experience. When I grew up in North Charleston, it was the 18th most dangerous city in America.
Oof.
You know, with the contrast to the city of Charleston, because people don't know those are two totally different cities.
I love Charleston,
Yeah, the
bro.
city of Charleston, which is downtown Charleston, where all of the tourists be at and the historical houses and all that, that has always been named as the #1 most friendliest city in America. You know what I'm saying? So you got number 18 on the most dangerous city list, and then you got the #1 most friendliest city in America side by side. So, you know, it was a true tale of two cities. But I will say this, growing up in North Charleston, or just the Charleston area as we call it, man, it made me a hustler. It made me a grinder. It made me a survivor. It made me sharp. It made me business savvy. All of the tools that I needed to be successful, I gained in Charleston. And whenever I moved here to Charlotte, I was able to use all of the tools and the skills that I have from being in a small city where we didn't really have much and grind my ass off here. And that's why a lot of opportunities that are given to me that people feel like should be given to people who are from Charlotte, you know, I'm able to take advantage of them.
Okay.
Because I feel like a lot of people here in Charlotte are sort of used to being in a major city. They're used to having a major football team, pro team. They're used to having a pro basketball team. You know, they're used to having major colleges here. They're used to having skyscrapers and all that other stuff. And me, I came here and I didn't take it for granted at all. That's how I got the situation with the Hornets. I did not take it for granted, bro. Charleston definitely made me who I am, and that's why I wear the name of the city. That's what Chuck T stand for, Chucktown.
Man, shout out Charleston, man. Shout out Charleston.
Love it, bro. Love it.
Now, what made you move to Charlotte, bro?
I felt like I got to a point in Charleston where I just couldn't get any bigger.
Okay.
You know, I felt like I needed to expand. I needed to grow. Everybody kept telling me, yo, move to Atlanta. And move to Atlanta, bro. You gotta go to Atlanta. You doing your thing with the mixtapes. All the artists fuck with you. You need to be right in the mix, bro. You know, you need to be right there with them Atlanta niggas, big bro. And it crossed my mind. But I had some really, really good friends of mine who moved. They were from Fayetteville. And we worked together in Charleston at a shoe store called Underground Station.
Okay.
And it's called Underground by Journeys now. You know, this is easily 20 years ago by far. Because I wasn't even 21. I used to use my brother fake ID to get in the club with them niggas.
Boy, you telling people your
age,
what I'm saying?
Bro. No, I embrace my age. I'm 42.
Heck
yep,
yeah,
I'm 42.
I'm trying to be like you, bro.
Yeah, so man, I was like 19, 20 at the time, maybe 21. But we used to work in the Underground Station, and they eventually moved up here to manage the Foot Locker up here in Charlotte. And it was the one in Freedom Mall.
Oh, man.
Freedom Mall.
Heck yeah. I'm from the West Side. I
got you, okay.
I know about Freedom Mall. Hell yeah.
Yep. So they ended up calling me one day, and they said, bro, there's a store here in Freedom Mall, got all the bootleg mixtapes. It's called Carolina Ballers.
Murph.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. So they said, bro, there's a store here in the mall. They got all the bootleg mixtapes. Some of the mixtape yours, bro. Like, I'm about to go in there and be like, yo, this my nigga. You better buy from him, this, that, and other. So he ends up going in the store, and he calls me back 5 minutes later, and he like, hey, Chuck, I'm on the phone with the owner now, Murph. He say, bro, he ain't got no problem buying from you. You know what I'm saying? Here, hop on the phone with him. So I hopped on the phone with Murph. Murph was like, yeah, bro, you know, I buy the bootlegs because I don't have no contacts with a lot of the DJs.
Okay.
But, bro, if you want to come up here or send some CDs to your partner and come get some money, then shit, let's do it. So I ended up coming up to Charlotte probably about 3 weeks later, just on some like, let me see what the city about, and let me get this little money, whatever. And bro spent about $500-600 with me on mixtapes.
That's a good trip.
He bought everything I had. But when I was in the city, I was driving around to the gas stations, I was going to Eastland Mall and all these
yeah.
other, and I'm like, damn, there's a lot of places that carry mixtape. All these Palestinians and Arabs.
Arab stores.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
damn, like, you know, I'm over there at Betty's Ford and all that. I'm like, God damn, like, boy, this seemed like a gold mine.
It is.
So I just tested the water. I went in, asked a few other store owners and gas station owners who they got their mixtapes from, how much they paid for them, yada yada yada. Then I introduced myself, showed them who I was. I had like a few mixtapes laying around, and they, oh, my friend, I know you, my friend, I know. I sell out of all of your mixtapes down south slanging. I know you. So I'm like, you get them directly from me. So man, I left Charlotte with a 3,000 mixtape order.
God, dope.
Because you got to think, all of them foreigners who own the gas stations, they all connected. So I went home, pressed up the mixtapes, drove back up here probably about a week later, sold out.
See, I seen one of your interviews and you was like, you made like $7,000 in a month selling CDs. Now, I did the math on that shit. 7,000 times 12 is like 84,000, 84,000. I mean, 84,000. No, I forgot how I did that. And then 84,000 times, I don't know, but it came up to like damn near $1 million, bruh.
I don't know, man.
I don't know either.
On that.
I don't know either, goddamn.
No.
I don't know. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Fuck, scratch that.
No. Keep that thing in there. No, I mean, it's a you know, I don't have tax issues anymore.
Okay.
But at one point in time, I had a lot of tax issues, but it came from selling mixtapes, bro. The IRS was on my ass because I sold a shitload of mixtapes, bro. And you know, over the course of my career, it's no mystery. I have easily sold 1 million mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? Easy. That's an easy number. And everybody knows,
I think it's probably more than that, bro.
Yeah, no, definitely. Especially once I had my distribution deal, and you know, you could get my mixtapes in Best Buy and Target and FYE. You know, me personally, I've sold 1 million, but my distributors who used to press my CDs up, they used to ship my mixtapes nationwide. And check this out, I had an issue one time where, and this is just a funny story. I did a mixtape. I think it's called I don't know the number, but it was When It All Goes South. It had T.I., Ludacris, and maybe Jeezy on the cover. But I sold it to my distributor. They used to buy the masters from me. So they would press it up. They would pay me up front for them, and then they would press them up and sell them online. So this particular mixtape I sold to a distributor that was overseas. They did do distribution in the United States, but they were based overseas, so they did a lot of overseas distribution as well. So I sold a mixtape for them. I think I may have got like $5,000 up front for it. Didn't matter because I was still selling on the street, and I was still selling to my hood stores. They put the CDs in the chain stores, the Best Buy, the Targets, the FYE, sold it to mom and pop record stores. One morning, I get a call from them. You know, in the UK, they're like 5 hours ahead. So it may have been like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. They wake me up. Hey, Chuck T, we have a problem. I said, oh, we have a problem. I'm sorry, what's up? They said, we're gonna have to pull your CDs out of all the stores. I said, damn, why you gotta pull the CDs out the stores?
What happened?
He said, do you get Billboard? I said, Billboard, like the magazine? He said, yeah, the Billboard reports. I said, I don't get them, but I can get them. He said, you just charted on Billboard for your mixtapes, bro. Your mixtape just charted on Billboard. We are going to get served with a cease and desist from the RIAA, bro. Like you're like, and I went and I called one of my partners. His name is E. Burner, Ernest. Me and him still real good friends. At the time, he was working with Young Jock.
Okay,
right? He was working with Young Jock. So I hit bro. I said, "Hey, you got the Billboard report?" He said, "Yeah, I got the Billboard. Send it to me." So he sends it to me, and I'm flipping through the Excel spreadsheets because that's what Billboard used to come in, Excel spreadsheets. And I get to the independent record sales, and my mixtape was number 3 on the independent record sales for SoundScan that week.
And this is before
streaming any of that.
I think you like, bro, I don't think you get enough credit, bro, because everybody think the only DJs that's out is Khaled and Drama, and like, bro, you was doing that shit way before they was doing it, bro. Because I grew up on down south slanging mixtapes, bro. Like in high school, like,
Exactly.
like man, God almighty.
Yeah, nah, I was literally toe to toe with all of them, dropping mixtapes with all of them. As a matter of fact, when Drama caught his case with the RIAA and he got knocked, shit, I was one of the first people he called when he got out and was like, bro, I need help, just sort of getting back on my feet. Let's do a mixtape together. And I did the mixtape with Drama. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else was scared of bro. Everybody else was nervous. Everybody else was sort of like, oh, man, he hot right now. You know what I'm saying? You may want to fall back. You may not want to fuck with bro. He called a Rico. I said, man, fuck that.
For real.
I said, fuck that, bro. I believe in what we doing. These labels, these artists, they give us this music. You know what I'm saying? And for that man to get arrested for giving the streets, the music that the labels give us and the artists give us, and they beg us to play and they pay us to get on these mixtapes. This man caught a whole RICO charge over that shit.
Big time.
Exactly, and didn't tell, bro. He could have went to court and showed them all of the paperwork from the labels where they give us the music. He could have showed emails. Remember, he was hot right then.
Super hot.
He could have went and he could have gave them emails from the artist. Hey, play my shit, bro. How much it costs to put me on a mixtape, bro. He could have gave them all that paperwork and walked away scot-free.
Didn't say a word.
Didn't say a word. He took he played down to a lesser charge. I think it may even got dropped. But that didn't change the fact that they took everything from him. They ain't give that shit back. They didn't put the money back in that man's account. You know what I'm saying?
He had to start from scratch.
He had to start from scratch. So shit, I stood strong with that man. Man, we gotta take care of the people who stand strong, bro.
For real.
People nowadays are so weak. All they want to do is bend for the bag and bend for popularity and bend to be liked. They want to be liked and loved and desired so bad. Sometimes you gotta get the hate in order to be respected, bro.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? If it's true and it's how you genuinely feel, and I'm not talking about your truth or their truth. If it is the truth, because a lot of people say, oh, there's three sides to the story. You know, that whole saying, oh, you got to speak your truth these days. Nah, fuck that. Ain't no two sides. Ain't no three sides, nigga. There's one side, and that's the truth. And if that's the truth, stand on that shit.
For sure. Now, like I said, I remember you was like, bro, I'm about to send your bio, but my favorite part of doing interviews is doing the research.
Doing the research.
Now, I know in 1999, you used to be a rapper by the name of Priest, right?
Priest, yep. I was with a group called PCP.
And y'all had an album called 843 Ballers.
Yes, sir.
Bro, what made Chuck T get in the booth and start rapping, bro?
So I always was, I told you about my background. I was always involved in church and, my parents always kept us involved in all these different clubs in school. So I was always a great writer. I was always good with poetry, always good with words, always very animated. And it started at poetry. It started off writing poetry. Whenever I used to get the writing assignments in school where they said, oh, it has to be, 2,000 words. My shit would always be 5,000 words.
Easy.
When they say, oh, it got to be, a 3-page essay, double space. My shit would be 6 pages, single space. So I was always great with words. So it started off as poetry, and then as rap became more prominent, and as studio equipment became more accessible, I started putting the poetry to music, like instrumentals from other artists. And then from there, it grew into actually rap. Now I'm not just reciting my poetry over instrumentals from major artists. Now I'm actually writing my poetry as raps. They're starting to rhyme now. And now I'm starting to flow with the beat. And now I don't want to rap. Now I'm actually rapping, but I don't want to be over an industry beat. So I went and found me a producer. You know what I'm saying? So my brothers, they put me in the studio once they saw that I had time. Shout out to my big brother 3X.
Yeah, shout him out.
Yeah, shout out to my big brother 3X. Shout out to my homie Ghetto D. Shout out to my homie Dirty Harry. They all... because my hood has always supported me. A lot of people don't get a lot of support in my hood. My hood has always stood with me, bro. Otrano Road, ONLV, they have always stood with me, bro. Fairwind, Oakfield, you know what I'm saying? Northwoods Estates, they have always stood with me. So my people saw what I was doing, and they surrounded me with love, and they put their money behind me. They helped me become I would say I could be, people gonna say I'm putting sauce on it, but I feel like I was one of the top easy top 3 rappers in the city of Charleston.
For sure, bro.
I put money on it, bro.
Bro, and I watched one of your interviews. You said that 843 Ballers album gave you a lot of traction, bro.
It did. As a matter of fact, we had a major deal on the table. Well, let me not say a major deal on the table, but I was entertaining an offer from Sony Epic at the time.
Okay.
They had a program called Street Dreams.
Okay.
There was an A&R there by the name of Joe Serini, and he found me. Everybody talk about Soulja Boy being the first to do this and that on the internet. I would have been the first artist signed off of the internet. I had music on a site called mp3.com.
I ain't never heard of that.
Exactly. Google it. MP3. It was groundbreaking. It was the first streaming website. Google it. mp3.com. It was the first streaming website ever. This is over 20 years ago. He found me on mp3.com.
Damn.
Because, like I told you, knowledge is key. I was always pushed to be the smartest. So I found out about mp3.com just by surfing the internet. Back then, niggas didn't even have no computers.
Hell no. I know
Computers was brand new.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I uploaded a song I did with Pastor Troy to mp3.com. He heard the song. He loved it. I sent him a copy of the CD. He called back. He loved it. Unfortunately, we were still sort of caught up in the street life, and things fell apart on the street level. And when I told bro about what happened, like that was the last phone call I ever got from him.
But didn't
you
you work for Epic though?
No. I never worked for Epic.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I've never worked for a label. Labels have always made me offers, but I've always had a very strong independent spirit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I worked for record stores. So I worked for the largest record chain, one of the largest independent record store chains in the Southeast is called Cats Music. The name of the chain is called Music City Record Distributors.
Okay.
But it was called Cats Music. There's still one left in Charleston, South Carolina. It's called Monster Music. The rest naturally have been shut down. RIP to CDs because, boy, CDs changed my life. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this now. Do you like the CD era or which one is better, the CD era or what we got now, the streaming era, bro?
So because I'm old school, because I am somebody who likes to interact with people, I'm somebody who doesn't shy away from being outside, the CD era was good. You know what I'm saying? I loved it. I feel like there's more money in music now, but the CD era, it was easier to count.
Okay.
Nowadays, it is so hard to track your money. And I know we going to get to the foundation of music. But nowadays, it is so hard to track your money. And there's so many avenues that the money is coming from. And digital, the thing about digital can be manipulated.
They can play with the numbers.
They can play with the numbers. Digital can be manipulated. CDs, you cannot manipulate
nope,
CDs.
Not at
you
all.
Couldn't manipulate. If you gave me 100 CDs and I bought you back 10, then you need to pay me for 90.
God dang on right.
You see what I'm saying? If I shipped 1 million CDs and they gave me back 200,000, that means I sold 800,000 CDs.
Yes, sir.
I need to be paid for my 800,000 CDs.
I missed that era.
You see
bro.
what I'm saying?
I swear I missed that era. Buying out of people's trunk, you was able to go to Willie's and get the
Exactly.
CD.
Oh man, Willie's used to. Woo, boy, I used to make some money out of Willie's.
Right off of there, I think it was one right off of Ashley Road behind Freedom Mall. Yeah, man.
Also, Mr. Freeze.
Oh,
Mr. Freeze was mainly in that Raleigh area, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, but Mr. Freeze, Repo Records, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I remember them.
Yep, Repo. There was one. I think there was one off Central, which is now in Plaza Midwood. Well, I was outside with the mixtapes, bro.
Killing them.
I was in every gas station, every hood store in Charlotte, and that's why a lot of people think I'm from Charlotte.
Bro, for the longest, I thought you was from Charlotte, and then I was watching some of your interviews, and you said I got my name from Chucktown. I was like, oh, so he's from I thought maybe your name was Charles, and you just abbreviated for Chuck.
You're not wrong for that. A lot of people call me Charles, and I'm like, Charles. They be trying to be funny, and when I don't respond, they be like, man, I was calling you, bro, but I was just fucking with you. I was calling you Charles. I'm like, oh, well, yeah, that's not even my name.
That's not even my name.
That's not even a part of my name. You know know what I'm saying? But nah, man. I got so much love in the city. People thought I was from Charlotte, but that was because when I came here from Charleston, I didn't come to Charlotte with a "I'ma take over the city" mentality. Because that's what everybody does. When the Atlanta people come here, when the New York people come here, when the people from LA come here, everybody want to take over the city. I'm going to take over Charlotte. That's their mentality. My mentality was, I'm going to grow with the city. I'm going to find the movers. I'm going to find the shakers. I'm going to find the people who grinding. I'm going to find the hard workers. I'm going to find the talent. And I'm going to mold with them. I'm going to mold them into what the industry wants them to be. I'm going to lead them. I'm going to guide them. And I'm going to become a part of the city. I'm going to weave myself into the fabric of the city. Because the Carolinas, in my opinion, are all brothers and sisters. North and South.
North and South.
And that was,
Yes, sir.
I never finished the question, but that was the reason why I chose Charlotte over Atlanta. Because when I came to Charlotte, I got so much love. Like, they didn't treat me like an outsider. And then there was so many people from Charleston and from South Carolina living here in Charlotte, I really didn't feel like I was away from home.
Feel like you was at home.
You know what I'm saying? So not only was I able to get money here, but then I felt like I had a connection here in the city, not just from my friends being here and for so many people that I went to high school with who went to JCSU and UNCC being here. So, you know, I'm bumping into my homies in the mall. I'm bumping into people I went to school with in the mall. But then whenever I came and I was tapping into the independent music scene here, niggas was like, bro, we need you. All the independent rappers in Charlotte was like, bro, we need you here,
bruh. And I'm from Charlotte. I remember S Dub and Betty Grind and all them type of guys, bruh.
Yep.
Like,
I worked with them all. I worked with every last single one of them. Betty Grind, S Dub, Cuddy Boy, Hot Face and Lick, Luck Bone. Naturally King Carter, you know me, and still great friends to this day. You know what I'm saying? Bigaboo Black. Man, the list goes on and on and on and on, man. Look, I used to be in One Mic Mondays. I used to be in Faces. You know what I'm saying? Back when Jers, like
Faces.
Back before Jers was with Honey Gang, when he had that song, yeah, I'm a dog and I be loving them all.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Bro, all of those artists, like, near one of them treated me like I was just some outside nigga. You know what I'm saying? All of them, oh shit, you Chuck T, you the mixtape nigga. Oh shit, you here now? Man, bro, fuck with me, bro. And I didn't come at them on some like, yeah, I'm Chuck T, the mixtape nigga. Y'all better bow down and worship me. I'm like, bro, where you at? Boy, I'm off the forward. Come pull up on me. I'm pulling up on niggas on the forward. Hey, bro, I'm over here off Nations Forward. I'm pulling up on them on Nations Forward.
And that's when Betty's Forward was Betty's Forward.
That's when it was the forward, before the gentrification, bro. Like, and that's why they respected me. Bro, I'm over here off Tuck. I'm pulling off on Tuck. Bro, I'm over here off Albemarle Road. I'm over here off Farm Pond, my nigga. It's hot. Bro, I'm pulling up on Farm Pond. You know what I'm saying? I'm pulling up in the east side. I'm pulling up on the west side. I'm pulling up on the north side and the south side. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
They fucked with me for it, and I fucked with them back. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, that's what's up, bro. You not just like I said, I thought you was from Charlotte. You a Carolina goat,
I'm a Carolina nigga,
for
bro.
sure, but no,
Always.
a Carolina goat, bro.
Look, I agree. When people give me my flowers, I accept them. Boy, I put in a lot of work out here. When people call me the GOAT, when they say I'm a legend, when they say that I'm that nigga, boy, I accept it because, boy, I put in work out here. Boy, I beat up the streets. I sacrificed relationships with multiple women. I could have been married, having a bunch of kids and just been laid up, you know.
But you wouldn't have been happy, though.
I wouldn't have been happy. You know, I definitely wouldn't have been happy. I had to get out here and grind it. Boy, I love this music shit. I love helping artists. I love helping artists grow. I love teaching them the business. I love putting them on all of the knowledge that I have, bro. Like, I love this shit, bro.
Now, I also seen that you got your start in radio at Hot 98, and I watched your interview with Chezzy Boy. Shout out Chezzy.
Yeah,
man.
shout out Chezzy, man.
Shout out Chezzy,
I almost left Chezzy Boy out because back then he was a rapper. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely fuck with Chezzy Boy heavy. Now he does the videography and all that.
That shit
but
dope, bro.
Chezzy Boy was one of the first artists in the city to really fuck with me. And me and Chezzy Boy, we fall out cool again, cool again.
That's how you know you real. If you can fall out with somebody and still be cool with them, then y'all homeboys for real, bro.
Man. Boy, me and Chezzy done had some tense moments, bro. But man, look, as a matter of fact, I talked to Chessy Boy about 2-3 days ago, man. It's still all love, bro.
Hell yeah. Yep. But I seen you got your start in radio at Hot 98 in Charleston, and you said that DJing kind of fell into your lap,
it
bro.
Did.
So, and I also know that, bro, you won 35 awards for DJing. Holy smokes.
It's 42 now.
42
It's 42 awards for DJing, making mixtapes, and just being legendary. Like, a lot of the awards that I get now are just recognition awards. You know, I'm not as active as I used to be. Man, I'm 42. I can't be out here in the clubs with all of the 21s and 22s. My oldest son, 21 years old.
God,
you see what I'm saying? So a lot of what I do now, you know, a lot of the awards, I should say, I win now are for the things that I do for the community, the music community. Okay. So I get a lot of achievement awards, a lot of
that's fire,
special recognition, legendary awards, Tastemaker of the Year award, you know, Man of the Decade award. Like, seriously, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's 42 now. You know what I'm saying? It's 42.
Man. Out of all them awards, which one mean the most to you, bro? Or it's just too many to
No. My Justo means the most. So my Justo Mixtape Award is the equivalent of a Grammy in the DJ community. So back when mixtapes were mixtapes, I'm talking about DJ Clue, DJ Cutmaster C, Envy, Big Mike, K Slay, R.I.P. Boy, the list goes on. Brucey B, Kid Capri. Back in those days, there was an award show called the Justo Award, started by Justo, rest in peace. And that was for the true street DJs. The true street DJs. That was for the culture. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about Drama, Who Kid, DJ Jelly. You know, like, we talking about the people who made mixtapes as legendary as they are right now. In that award show paid homage to those people. So that Justo Awards, and I got it for Best New Mixtape DJ. You know what I'm saying? At the time, you know, I was up against some heavy competition. But that award means the most to me because it put me in a category. Well, not only was it a launch pad for my career, because being in New York when I won it and being around the people who I respected, being around the people I respected and the people who I looked up to and who I modeled my career after, and being able to win award amongst them and have, you know, now I'm on their radar. Now I'm able to be able to talk to them as a peer, as an equal, not just as like the little young nigga coming up. Now I'm an equal with you. So it catapulted my career. You know what I'm saying? It put me in the rooms I needed to be in. It gave me the credibility. It gave me the recognition that I needed to take my career to the next level. You know, and it put me in an elite class because they don't do the Justos no more. He passed away and the awards passed away with him. So can't nobody else get a Justo ever. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope as hell, bro.
Yup.
That's dope as hell. Now, in 2019, you started the Foundation of Music.
Yep.
And I know you got one coming up April the 1st to the 3rd, right?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Tell us about the Foundation of Music and how you got that started, bro.
So the recurring role in not just hip hop, but in all music is how the creators tend to do all the work and get the least share of the money that's made off of their work. You know, besides maybe sports, you know, musicians or artists, I should say, go broke quicker than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Besides athletes go broke, you know, they say an average of 5 years after they retire. Yeah. But music artists tend to go broke while they're still active, not after retirement. They will still be out here putting out albums and be broke. You know, we've seen it with TLC, Taylor Swift. We've seen it with Kanye. We've seen it with, I mean, the list goes on. Meek Mill, YG. Everybody talks about bad deals and how, you know, the record label basically just strangled them. You know what I'm saying? All of the greats, you know what I'm saying? All of the great hip-hop artists, you know, even rock and roll. You can go Chuck Berry, Lil Richard. You know, it's a recurring role in music in general. So once I started moving from being a local DJ to being on a national level and being in the rooms with the artists and the DJs and the producers on the national level who are making noise. Now I'm able to hear them talk about these deals.
Okay.
And
you spooked this set by the door.
Exactly. I'm able to hear them talk about how the deals are structured. You know what I'm saying? And I'm learning about different aspects of a deal that keep artists broke. You know what I'm saying? Like, artists having to get clearance to do features.
Okay.
Producers having to get clearance to work with certain artists.
And I seen you post something about don't pay any of these major artists money for a feature if you not sure that the it's gonna get cleared.
Exactly. That means the label has the power to say whether or not that verse or that beat can ever see the light of day. There's also a clause in contracts called delivery and acceptance. All right, so in every most record contracts, major record contracts, you have a delivery and acceptance clause. That clause says, just because you deliver an album to me does not mean that I have to accept it as a label.
Okay.
That means as an artist, if you're on a 5-album deal, and let's just say your first 3 albums were on some shoot 'em up, bang bang, kill 'em shit.
Okay.
Now you got some money, you got a family, you know what I'm saying? You've matured, and now you want to make an album about
just living
maturity.
Life. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You want to drop some knowledge. You want to talk to the young niggas who out here doing some wild shit. Mm-hmm. You want to get a little lyrical. All right? Let's say that's what you want to do. And you make an album like that, you give it to the label. The label says, yeah, we can't sell that. That's not marketable, bro. That's not marketable. We cannot sell positivity. The social media algorithms don't appreciate positivity. You know, the YouTube algorithms don't appreciate positivity.
And that's a damn shame.
There's no money in positivity. So yeah, we don't want to put that out. Now you stuck. You almost done with your deal. You about to be independent, but now you stuck because the label says no. And they tell you, or if you are an artist who is lyrical, and this is what we hear the most time. If you're an artist who's lyrical, now they tell you, yeah, we need a song about bitches and hoes and popping pussy. We need a single for the radio, for the clubs. We need you to go back and make a song about popping some pussy because we need that in order to promote the album. And that's what we hear most of the time from artists. Most of the artists are like, yeah, man, they told me I didn't have a single, so they wasn't even going to put the album out. And there's so many different ways they can use that clause against you. But that was the one that got most of the artists that I know of put in a predicament where they had to go out here and do something that they did not want to do. Or if they stood on it, now I'm starving because I'm not getting any money. You know, and if the label owns your masters and if they own your publishing, now you can't perform it anywhere unless they say so. Now it can't get played on the radio unless they say so. It can't get used in movies unless they say so. Like they shut down your whole bag. So I created the Foundation of Music to prevent artists from not necessarily signing bad deals, but knowing what they're signing. Okay. I want you to be proficient in the music business so you know how to monetize your music. I know I need to register my music with ASCAP or BMI. I need to register it with my PRO. I need to register it with a publishing company like Song Trust. I need to register it with Sound Exchange that covers my digital performance royalties for the master side. I need to register my music with Mediabase so that it can be tracked whenever it's played on the radio. And then I need to make sure that I choose the right digital distributor to put my stuff on Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, and all that other good stuff. And then I need to make sure that my rights are protected. I need to make sure I fill out all my copyright forms. I fill them out the right way, and I fill out the right copyright form. I need to know certain terms in music. I need to know certain jobs in music. I need to know how to read analytics so that I know whether or not I'm ready for a major deal or I'm not ready for a major deal. My class goes over all that. I am very in-depth. I'm very thorough. I teach them about mechanical royalties. As a matter of fact, we just had a court ruling not too long ago where it said the DSPs, which are Spotify and all that other stuff, you know what I'm saying? They owe artists close to $500 million in royalties. But as an artist, how do I collect that? Okay, I don't even know how much of that money is mine. So you have to register with a company that will get you your mechanical royalties, which is either the MLC or which is Song Trust. So, and I go over how to register with those companies.
Man, that's crazy. You $500 million. So what the hell they doing with the money?
They're keeping it, and they're listen. Hold up, they keep it, and they can legally keep it for up to 5 years. 3 to 5 years is the threshold. The company can they hold it for you for 3 to 5 years. So if you don't know the money is there, in 3 to 5 years they get to keep it. Now they're buying themselves planes, boats, mansions, a fifth vacation home, and they use that money to inflate their stock prices, which gives, because now it's like, oh, we made X amount of dollars this year. Oh, half a billion of that money that you're reporting that you earned really belongs to independent artists. You see what I'm saying? So your company is now using that stolen money, that unclaimed money. I say stolen, all right? Because I can trigger them now. If I want to trigger them, I can trigger them. But we want to be truthful. Yeah. So let's use this. Let's use this unclaimed money and put it on our earnings reports to inflate our stock prices, which makes us look more valuable on the stock market, which makes our stock prices go up, which makes more people buy into the company.
Boy, you got knowledge in this shit. But hey, y'all, if y'all haven't, tell them how they can, because I know I done interviewed a lot of art. Please tell them how they can get into the Foundation of Music classes,
man.
Bro.
So you could go on djchuckt.com, or you can hit the link in my bio on any of my social media pages at djchuckt, and you can see the next dates for the Foundation of Music. As of right now, for those of y'all who are watching this interview before April 1st, 2024. My next class is April 1st through 3rd, 2024 here in Charlotte. It's a hands-on class. I teach it personally. It's in a classroom setting. This isn't in a club or a studio. This is a real live classroom setting because I do understand that where you teach classes at matters. Okay. Right? The environment matters. I want to put them in a learning environment. Like I said, my mama a teacher. I know this. A learning environment fosters learning. It's going to keep their attention.
Yes, sir.
And on top of that, I teach it. I'm very hands-on. I'm very visual with the class. I have a resource guide, a resource packet, or a workbook that has a lot of different graphs and notes and forms and all that. We go over everything. You're able to take notes so that after class, if you have questions, I'm open for answering the questions. I do follow-ups and all that. But it's a 3-day course, man, and we go in, bro. When you leave out that class, I can guarantee it. I put a money-back guarantee. You're going to know twice as much about the business as you did before you walked in.
Man.
Now, the class ain't always free. The April 1st through 3rd class is free of charge. The class is typically anywhere between $300 and $350. It depends on how many days I offer the class. But this class is free. Man, you should charge. It's really worth it. God almighty. So, hey, y'all, if y'all haven't registered for that class on April 1st to the 3rd, man, y'all need to go. DJ Chuck T, hit the link, bro. Y'all, because I done had plenty of art. They good artists, but I know they don't know the business side of it. They don't know the business, bro. And that's the bad part, because we live in a information society. You know what I'm saying? Information is easily accessible. And people say that all the time. Like, oh, man, he teach a class and, I can learn all that on YouTube. I can learn all that in books. But this is the thing. You don't know what's accurate and what's not on the internet, especially YouTube. Niggas would say anything on that YouTube, boy. They would say anything, boy. There's so much false information out there. I did the work for you. You know what I'm saying? I did all the work for you. I went and I studied and studied and studied. It took me easily 2 years to put together the first version of the class I had. And then I build as I learn more, and as I realize maybe some of the stuff that I may have taught in the beginning wasn't accurate, or it's not accurate anymore because they're constantly changing the music game. And the reason being is because artists are getting smarter. So the people at the top are constantly making changes so that they can keep the artists in the blind, so that they can keep all the money.
Let me ask you, is it better to be independent or signed to a major?
It really just depends, all right? So if you are someone who has money, a lot of it, if you're somebody who has resources, all right, a lot of it, if you're somebody who can hire an experienced staff, all right, you have time, all right, because that means a lot as well, then it's better to be independent.
Okay.
But if you are somebody who needs help, you need support, you need a label. A major label would be the best route for you. And I also say this, if you're an artist who, I hate to use the word one-dimensional, if you're not a real versatile artist, independency is the way to go.
Okay.
All right? Because you can make your type of music how you like to make it, as much as you want to make it.
Okay.
And nobody is telling you what type of music is hot right now that you got to conform to. So that's the best way if you're that type of artist. But if you're somebody who's extremely eclectic and you like to experiment and, you know, you like to do pop here, you like to do country here, you like to do rap, you know, you would need a label, because your label is going to plug you with the type of producers that will help you make that crossover music. They're going to put you on the platforms that will help you get the exposure you need in that crossover type music. If you don't mind making pop music, doing a song with Dua Lipa, doing a song with Taylor Swift, Megan Trainor, you know what I'm saying? If you that type of artist that don't mind that shit, go major.
I think that's where the money at if you doing songs with them people like that, for real, for real.
I mean, naturally your label gonna take a bigger cut. You know what I'm saying? They're going to take a bigger cut, but you're going to make more money. So when I consult artists, because a lot of artists come to me just for advice, you know, I do have consultation services where if you have specific questions, you can sit down with me for an hour or two and we'll chop it up. I'll listen to your music. I'll tell you what I think you're doing wrong or what you're doing right. We'll go over your paperwork that you may have with your label or paperwork that you may have with registering your music and things of that nature. But the first question I ask artists when I sit down with them is, what is your vision of success? What is your opinion of success? What does success look like to you? Is it Drake or is it Young Dolph? All right? Both of those artists are rich, beyond rich, wealthy. Both of those artists are extremely wealthy. But whereas Drake has a 747 plane, he has a full-fledged jumbo jet.
Hell yeah.
Young Dolph has a fleet of cars. You know what I'm saying? Now, Drake has a fleet of cars as well, but Young Dolph don't have no 747 plane. But Young Dolph lived, you know, rest in peace to my guy.
Yeah, rest in peace
to Dolph, bro. Young Dolph lived in a 6,500 square foot house. Drake has a
compound,
a mini city he lives in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So which one do you want to be? Because both of them are rich as fuck. But which one do you want to be? If you are fine with being a Young Dolph or a Rod Wave, cool, that is fine. Take the independent route. But if you see yourself performing at Coachella, bro, you need a record label. Because there's let me not say there's no way, but it's extremely hard and almost impossible. I won't say it's 100% impossible, but it's almost impossible for an independent artist to get on Live with Jimmy Kimmel, for them to get on the stage at Coachella. The best you're going to get is Rolling Loud, all right? And you may get Summer Jam. You're not going to get on the field at the Super Bowl.
Oh, man.
You're not doing no halftime show at the Super Bowl. Like, it's hard for them to get on Saturday Night Live. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for them to go perform at all of these music festivals overseas in Ibiza and Tomorrowland and all that. You're not going to get that being independent. You know, it's hard. Look,
think about that.
Boom, being on the front page of Spotify and Apple Music is also hard for an independent artist. That's reserved for the labels. Being in regular rotation on the radio is mainly geared toward the labels. It's hard for independent artists to get there. So I tell artists, if your dream is to be a Drake type artist, you need a label, a major label. But if you are fine getting $75,000 a show, performing in clubs, maybe doing small arenas, you know what I'm saying? If you're fine with, having control over your music, if you got the time, the money, the effort, you can do it independent. Get you a nice little management company, get you an independent publicist to help you, and you're good. It's more work, but it's more, you get a lion's share of your money.
Man, you dropping gems. Now, recently, bro, you
pissed everybody. I know where you're going. Recently, I pissed everybody off. I disrupted the industry, bro.
Oh, bro, you pissed them off big time, bro. Shout out,
Core Queen.
The Core Queen podcast. Yep. I think her name DD Legit.
Yep.
Yeah, shout
DD
her
Legit.
out, man. Shout her out, man. Bruh, can you?
So I got it. You know what I'm saying? I got it, bro. I know where you're going. So when we start talking about major labels,
yes, sir.
All right, a major label wants you to be ready to go. All right, we all know, and this is we've heard a million people say it. Major labels don't develop artists anymore.
Okay.
All right, they just don't. Mm-hmm. That's just where we are right now.
Gotta be TTG.
You got to be ready to go. So, and this is something I know from experience, and this is why I'm so, baffled by the amount of people who are mad because y'all know I'm in the rooms with these labels, bro. I bring all the label reps to the city for Hornets Music Industry Night. And we can even go way, way, way back to when I was doing stuff CIAA at the Chop Shop. I was flying in reps from Def Jam and Epic and Jive way back then. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in these rooms. So when I'm talking to artists and I say you're not ready for a major label deal, first off, you got to have a shit ton of Spotify monthly listeners. That right there is it. Most of these artists don't have the traction on streaming platforms in order to do it, because what they typically do as far as the labels, they look at your Spotify monthly listeners and they double that. And that's typically where you are amongst all platforms because Spotify is so big. Mm-hmm. So if you got 10,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, in essence, you have 20,000 monthly listeners across all platforms because Spotify is so much bigger than everybody else. So they go off Spotify and they double it. All right. Then they look at your radio spins. So they go pull your record on Mediabase. All right. Where are you spinning at? How many times a day are you spinning on these stations? Where are these stations located? Are they in a centralized area? You are all the way over here and over there getting spins. You know what I'm saying? How many paid shows are you doing? All right, because paid shows means revenue being generated. All right, where are these paid shows? And how much are you getting paid for these shows? What about features? Let's look at your features. Are you doing a lot of features with artists who are in your genre and outside of your genre? You know what I'm saying? They look at all these things. They look at YouTube subscribers, not views.
Subscribers.
They look at subscribers because that means somebody liked you enough to hit that button. I watch YouTube videos all day, but I don't really hit that subscribe button unless I actually like you. You know what I'm saying? And I like your body of work. Then they look at body of work. They look at how often are you dropping music? What's the quality of the music that you're dropping? Is your music, the actual plays, consistent across everything you drop? You can't just have one record that got 1 million streams and everything else got 5,000. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the job of a label is to make money. This is a business for them. A record deal is a loan. All right? A record deal is a loan. So if I loan you $1 million and I look at all of the money that you're making from your music and you barely made $5,000 this year off of your music, how can I give you $1 million? Remember, major labels specialize in big budgets. They don't specialize in small budgets. They gonna give you $500,000. How will I get my $500,000 back when you're making less than $10,000 a year?
It don't make sense.
And most of the niggas who mad, they're making less than $1,000 a year off their music. They still paying to perform places. You see what I'm saying? So you not even generating no crazy income.
So how can they be mad at you if you?
So look, then. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get to why they're mad. But when I say, naturally when I put when Charlotte put the clip up, they stopped it whenever I said no artist is ready for a major deal.
They trying to get views.
And I know them. I fuck with Charlotte. I got it. I understood it. But Fuchsia's, and then on my Instagram page and on Didi's page, they put the whole clip up where I said most of the artists here in the Carolinas are ready for developmental deals. They're ready for partnerships with major labels. They're ready for distribution deals, but they not ready to go right now. And I always challenge people and I say, if an artist was ready to go right now, they would have a deal. You know what I'm saying? They would have a major deal. It is hard to sign directly to Epic, directly to Def Jam, directly to Columbia Records. When we talk about developmental deals and partnerships, remember, Kendrick Lamar is signed to TDE. All right? TDE is a developmental label show. So in SZA, and SZA is also signed to TDE. That's a developmental label. And most people who know Kendrick Lamar's story, they know that he started off as a hype man for J-Rock, who was also signed to TDE. He was a hype man for J-Rock for years. He was being developed before Interscope stepped in.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Same thing with J. Cole. J. Cole signed to Roc Nation. Roc Nation developed J. Cole. Then they partnered him with Interscope as well. The Migos signed to QC. QC developed them, and then they signed with Capitol, if I'm not mistaken. Lil Baby signed to QC. QC developed them, and then they partnered with Motown. The Baby signed to South Coast Music Group. Arnold Taylor and King Carter, they developed him. They took what he was already doing, they amplified it, they fine-tuned him, they polished it up, then they took him to Interscope. Toosii, same thing. South Coast Music Group took Toosii, they fine-tuned him, they developed him. All right, they took what him and Flip, his manager, were already doing, and they gassed it up. They blew it up. They fine-tuned them, polished them up, and then they partnered him with, I think he's with Capitol, if I'm not mistaken. But when people sit here and they say, especially these young niggas, these local artists, these independent artists, when they sit here, and I know that you don't have the type of motion that them niggas got, and you say you ready for a major, you're saying that you want to skip being signed to TDE and go straight to Interscope. You're saying you want to skip being signed to South Coast Music Group and go straight to Interscope or Capitol. You're saying you want to skip being signed to QC and you want to go straight to Columbia or Motown or Def Jam. That's what you're telling me. And that's why I'm like, you're not ready. The arrogance for you to say that you better than Cole. You don't need development. J. Cole needed it, but I don't need it. The Baby needed it, but I don't need it. Kendrick Lamar needed it, but I don't need it.
That's crazy.
That's the just the overall audacity. That's the only word I could do. The audacity to say that you are better than they are.
It's crazy. That's crazy.
Listen,
now that you explained it, bro, I get it.
Hold up, I can even go further. Future was signed to what? Organized Noise. His name was Meathead. A lot of people don't know that.
What?
Yeah, but yeah, back when he was on the Dungeon Family. So when Outkast and all them were coming to Goody Mob, Future was right there with all of them.
Damn, I didn't know that,
you
bro.
Know his name was Meathead. He was being developed by the best in the game. Organized Noise, the Dungeon Family. Then he got picked up by Rocco. Everybody knows Future was with Rocco.
Hell yeah.
Rocco developed Future. Rocco did an interview where he said Future used to be scared to do interviews. He would be scared to take pictures. He was timid. He was in the background. He used to always have to bring him up and move him in the forefront. Hey, bro, get your swag right. Get right. You know what I'm saying? Be confident in your pictures, bro. Rocco had to develop him. Then he took him to Epic. So when I hear artists say things like, man, fuck that beat, bro. Nah, nigga, I'm ready. I know these niggas. I got about 4 or 5 artists that's ready, beat, bro. Man, fuck all that. You hating on the city. These niggas ready, bro. The first thing I say is, first off, you don't even know the business. You don't even know nobody at no major label. You have never talked to anybody at a major label to even tell you what it takes to be ready. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you sound stupid because you are basically saying that yo niggas Or the artist, your favorite artist doesn't need to be developed like how J. Cole was developed and Kendrick was developed. You know, we can even talk about Drake. Drake was signed to Cash Money, Young Money. He was up underneath Jazz Prince and Jay Prince in the whole entire Rap-A-Lot family. He was developed. He already had a buzz. You see what I'm saying? All these artists that I'm telling you about, they already had nice local independent buzzes. You know what I'm saying? The small developmental labels came in, polished them up, fine-tuned them, help them find their sound. You know what I'm saying? Taught them how to perform. You know what I'm saying? Put them on the road with major artists so they know how to conduct themselves. Put them in these small radio stations so they can start getting experience, giving interviews and getting interviewed. And then they were able to partner with a major label. So these artists who say this stuff, it just lets me know how far we are behind here in the Carolinas for niggas to think that they don't need that shit. I don't know any artist right now that could bypass being signed to a major. And if they could, they would already be signed. Everybody says, big bro, what about Fetty P. Franklin? Fetty P. Franklin would make a good fit with QC. He would make a great fit with QC.
Polish him up.
QC could polish him up, boy. Hot Boy Shaq, same thing. I can see Hot Boy Shaq getting with a QC or getting with a 300. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, Gunna is signed to YSL. Young Thug had to polish Gunna up. Remember that when you hear Gunna and them talk about, yeah, I was in the studio with Big Bro for like a year straight. You know what I'm saying? That was Young Thug polishing him up. And when he was ready, he signed him to YSL. Then he took him to 300. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion signed to 1501 first. Carl Crawford polished her up.
Now then she Rock Nation.
Now she with Rock Nation. But all that stuff goes to show you, these artists don't know the business.
And that's why they need to come to your class.
That's why they need to come to my class. But guess what? This is one thing I have said on multiple occasions over the last 48 hours. When I made my comment, all of the artists that y'all are saying are ready have yet to say I'm lying. They have yet to say I'm not accurate. You think Fetty P. Franklin hasn't sat down with a label already? You think Hot Boy Shaq, knowing that me and King Carter fuck with this nigga heavy, you think we haven't taken this little nigga to a label? You know, or at least recommended him or given his information to a major? You know what I'm saying? You think that Jay Hines, he signed to Anthony Hamilton. You think Anthony Hamilton has not taken him? They're not saying anything because they know the process. And they're trusting the process. And they're doing what's necessary to get their shit together so that when the major come, they ready, bro. All these are Lil Zach from out of Raleigh, Big Blanco. You know what I'm saying? You got PG Raw down there in South Carolina. You got Trap Dicky down there in South Carolina. You like every last single one of these artists that people are like trying to pit against me. They have been in the rooms with these majors. Y'all just not privileged to that information. They not out here trying to brag. Yeah, I had a meeting with Def Jam. I had a meeting with Epic. Them niggas ain't on that because they busy working. They know they sat down with these labels, or they have people like me and DJ E-Sud and King Carter. They have people like us, DJ Delmatic. They got people who are in the industry who are able to tell them like, hey, bro, I took your music to one of my peoples at a major label today, you know, and he said, this is what you need to work on. You need to get your radio spins up. You need to get your shows up. Like, you're not getting booked. And you good here in Charlotte, but don't nobody know you in Charleston.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You good here in Raleigh, but nobody know you in Myrtle Beach. You good in Columbia, South Carolina, but nobody knows you in Raleigh. You good here in Greenville, South Carolina, but nobody knows you in Fayetteville. You good here in Fayetteville, but nobody knows you in Charleston. We looking at your streams. Your streams are good on like 3 songs. You have like 20 songs you release, and that's kind of inconsistent, you know. Or, you know, we looking at you know, your numbers as far as I ain't gonna give them too much.
No, please
I ain't gonna give them too much.
Don't give them.
But
they gotta come to the class.
They gotta come to the class.
They gotta come to the
class.
But
the major labels give you a blueprint. I have the blueprint. A lot of us have the blueprint. These artists that y'all are tagging, saying, "Hey, big bro, this my nigga. He ready." I can guarantee you, he has been given the blueprint. People like me, E-Sud, Waleed Coyote, King Carter, Arnold Taylor. The list goes on and on and on. We are in these rooms and they are asking us who are the artists we need to be looking at. So we putting y'all on these niggas' radars, but they're waiting to make sure that all these lists are checked off.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, people are, but I'm gonna tell you why a lot of the quote unquote tastemakers are mad. I'm gonna tell you why they mad. I am exposing the lies that they are telling these independent artists. They're lying to these independent artists, telling them they ready for a major so that they can milk them for cash. You got to think, if an artist comes to me and he has $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 to spend, and I tell him, hey man, I feel like you don't have no radio hits. He gonna go spend money with the radio. If I tell him, yeah, bro, you need more streams, he gonna go spend money on streaming, something that can boost it. They gonna spend money with everything that you tell them they need to spend money with. They're not gonna spend it on you. But if I tell you, yeah, bro, you ready? I can take you to the labels. Give me $5,000. I'm gonna go to New York. I'm gonna take you to the labels. Now you just completely X'd out everybody that they need to be spending money with in order to get to where they need to get, and now they giving you the money. So these tastemakers are over here lying to these artists, and I just exposed the lie because Chuck T said, I'm not ready. He said, none of us are ready. So now the artists are looking around. First they get mad. They'll be mad for about a week. Starting next week, they're going to start thinking, well, none of us have deals. You see what I'm saying? We thought we was ready. And this nigga told me I was ready. This scammer told me I was ready. So I want to prove Chuck T wrong. So they going to go to the scammer and they going to tell the scammer, hey, bro, man, fuck that nigga Chuck T say. You told me I was ready. So shit, let's go get me a deal. Now the scammer's not going to be able to get you the deal. So now the scammer is going to get put on the spot. Now niggas going to go to the scammer. Hey, big bro, you told me I was ready. I gave you 10 bands.
The whole problem.
Why the label? What did the label say? That's the first thing they're going to say. What the label say, bro? You said you went to New York. What the label say? Or you took me to New York, or you took me to Atlanta to meet with these labels, and really all they did was take your money and they paid the label rep $1,500 out of that $10,000 to get you the meeting. You know what I'm saying? The label rep knew out the gate you didn't have what was ready. There's a site called Chartmetrics. That's what all of us in the label use.
You giving them too much, bro.
I'm giving them too.
You giving them too much, bro.
So
they gotta go to the class.
They gotta go to class. So
yeah.
look, real quick, like that, they gonna pull your analytics. All right. The minute you call a major label, you say, "Hey, boy, I got an artist down here who going crazy." You know, what's his name? We'll give me. Let me get his IG. They're gonna go to his IG. They're gonna get the link in the bio that got his Spotify or Apple Music, so they can make sure they got the right one. Because a lot of these niggas got the same name. In my class, I teach you how to either stop everyone from using your name or how to solidify your name to where you can be the only one with it. All right? I teach trademarking. That's a trademark. I just had an artist. He goes by the name of Rob J. We trademarked his music. He's in the process now. He was saying it's just super expensive. But he's in the process now of, or he can, I'll put it this way, I don't know if he's still in the process, but the first thing he said was, bruh, I want to send a cease and desist to all of the streaming platforms to remove all of the Rob J's off of the streaming platforms. I want to send a cease and desist to YouTube to remove all of the rappers off of YouTube with the name Rob J. And he can really do it. His manager was like, boy, the lawyer told me that shit was expensive. But he can do it if he wants to because he owns the name Rob J when it comes to music. All right, but that's another thing. All right, but now these artists are going to put pressure on the scammers to deliver, and the scammers can't deliver. The scammers are either going to have to say to these artists, I don't really have no connects at the labels. Man. They're going to have to say that.
Man.
Look, they're going to have to say that. Look,
Man.
or even worse, what they're going to have to say is, if they do have connections at the labels, they're going to have to say, I talked to my guy at the record label. He said you weren't ready. Now Chuck T is right.
I should have listened to Chuck T.
I should have listened to Chuck T. I could have saved myself 20, 30 bands I done gave this scammer all this money who made all these elaborate promises to me because he told me I was ready. He gassed me up. Yeah, bro. Man, you ready, bro? Boy, I heard you're single, bro. Boy, let's put a campaign together. Boy, you ready. You ready. You ready. Boy, the game needs you. The streets need you. They motivational speakers. They motivating these artists. These artists just, and them artists just throwing the money at them. Here. How much? 20,000, 30,000. You say I'm ready. How much is going to cost? 10,000. Here go 10. How it take 5,000? You can get me this for 3,500. Here go 3,500. But then now the artists are gonna say, you know what? Chuck T was the only nigga that kept it real with us. So let me go over here and go holler at Chuck. So now I'm a threat to the whole entire propped up fake scammer, fake tastemaker, fake let me get you signed society, bro.
They hating you.
They hating me, bro. Man, bro, one nigga did a whole 40 videos dissing me like Risa Tisa did on TikTok.
Man, get
bro.
the fuck out of here.
I lie to you not.
Boy, he need to get some busy about himself. Goddamn, you got enough time to do all that bullshit?
That nigga turned into Risa Tisa. It's like 40, 50 videos back to back to back to back to back to back to back. Chuck T, he ain't a real nigga. Chuck T ain't break no artist. Chuck T ain't got no connections with the labels. Chuck did the whole entire, every video he's saying the same. Then he started talking about, all type of crazy shit, bro. I ain't even gonna get into it, but I personally know the man. You know what I'm saying? But he is bad because now all these scammers are gonna have to show and prove to these artists. And the artists, I don't blame the artists. I haven't really gotten too fly with the artists who've said little slick shit because I know it's hurt feelings, bro. If I've had scammers lie to me for the last 2 years and tell me I was ready, now Chuck T says I'm not, of course I'm gonna be mad. But I need everybody to sit back and say to themselves, if you think you are ready, why don't you have a deal? And a lot of people say, oh yeah, this nigga ready, but he just need a team. Well, that means you're not ready. That means you're not ready, bro. Talent is not enough. I even said in the interview, bro, we have a lot of talented
but then
artists.
you have people that don't work hard.
Exactly.
Or they work hard and they don't have the talent.
Exactly. And I had to elaborate for a good friend of mine who does work hard and she has a lot of talent. She does. But a lot of artists' work isn't concentrated in the area where it needs to be. I had to tell her, I see you at South by Southwest. Mm-hmm. I see you doing, I see you in Miami. I see you in New York. I see you in LA. I see you in Texas. I see you in Kentucky. I see you in Tennessee. But nobody in Columbia, South Carolina knows you. Nobody in Fayetteville knows you. Nobody in Charleston knows you.
And we the consumer market.
Nobody in Greenville knows you. So you doing all this work, and it's it's like you just pissing in the wind because when you go to LA and LA, you tell somebody in LA, yeah, I'm from Charlotte or I'm from the Carolinas, and everybody know me. The first thing they gonna do if they plugged in, they gonna call the people back home. Hey, have you heard of so and so? And if that person on the other line says no, then you fucked. Being out in LA doing work meant nothing. All that money you spent on the plane ticket, Airbnb, all that, it means nothing. If the people that they call in Columbia, in Fayetteville, in Charleston, and in Raleigh don't know you. And then I tell a lot of artists, you don't even have to be liked by a lot of people. They just have to know you. You see what I'm saying? Like, so if you go and you meet with a label and the label calls me or they call No Limit Larry or they call DJ Dale-Matic, you know what I'm saying? Or they call Brian Dawson or they call Neek or they call Prince Ice or they call B-Lord or they call DJ Puff. And we say, yeah, I'm not really a fan of the music, but I do know who he is. That's all the label cares about. Okay. Because the label knows that I can find your market for people that's going to like your music. So just because Chuck T don't like your music, I know what type of music he love. He love that hood shit. He love that trap shit. You know what I'm saying? I know that if you make that weirdo type music, we can find the weirdo market and put you there. But as long as Chuck T said he knows you, that means you were doing the work. That's all we need. As long as they say they know you. Make sure these people know you. Make sure there's nobody anywhere who says they don't know you or know of you. You can say like, yeah, I heard the name. I don't know him personally, but I heard the name. That's all the label need to hear.
Now, we starting to get to the end of the interview, and I want to hit you with your...
Okay, I'm gonna be quick with the answers.
we gonna talk about because you have the first ever in the NBA that is big music industry night right here in Charlotte, North Carolina,
Yes, sir.
at Spectrum Arena, bro. How did that unfold? How did that happen, bro?
It fell in my lap. The Hornets had came up with music industry night. Shout out to the homie Shelby Palubiak and shout out to the homie Barry. They came up with Hornets Music Industry Night. It wasn't anything that I thought of on my own.
Okay.
But they needed help making the night successful.
Okay.
Getting the record reps, getting the local DJs, getting the local radio reps, who are here in Charlotte, getting the managers and the tastemakers. They needed somebody plugged in.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So they look, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Sure.
And like I said, people just got to know you. They don't got to say they like you. They just got to say they know you. So they started putting their feelers out. Who can we get in the Carolinas, mainly in the Charlotte area, to help us with music industry night? And everybody said Chuck T. Everybody said my name.
Ain't that a good feeling right there?
That's a good feeling. So I went. So when my homie Shelby from the Hornets hit me up, excuse me. I thought it was a troll page at first. You know what I'm saying? And then at first I wasn't even going to respond. You know what I'm saying? But I ended up saying, you know what? Maybe it's real. Maybe it's not. Fuck it. So I hit him up and I told him shoot me his email real quick because that's the thing. You got to the email gonna always tell a tale, especially if they're in a professional business. The email gonna always be their first name dot last name and then the name of the company. It's gonna be a real website. That's game for all. That's game. When these niggas say they work for these major record labels, if they tell them email you, their email will always be first name period last name at U-Music for Universal Music at Sony Music. It's always gonna be that. Always.
So don't get played. Don't get
played. Now, a lot of them have Gmails and stuff like that because when they're taking in music, they're naturally the company email don't be big.
Okay.
They don't got a big inbox. But for the most part, they gonna always hit you with that one first because us who are in the industry, we know we gotta prove to whoever's on the other side that we right. So 8 times out of 10, a record rep is gonna give you their company email just to show you they real. Check them emails, people. You know what I'm saying? But when he hit me back and he had the Hornets email, I knew it was right. I knew it was official. I went to the stadium. I talked to him, and he basically told me I need help. I need help bad. We having problems pulling this night off. And boy, if you can pull it off for us, if you can help us make it a success, it's yours.
Oh, man, you was like, I'm finna go off.
It's yours.
I'm about to go.
But this is also what they told me. They said we ain't got no money for you right now. We ain't got no money.
So basically, you did it for free.
I did it. Look, I didn't need money. I had money. Look, and I knew the earning potential of having a night with the fucking NBA, bro.
Charlotte Hornets.
I knew I could flip it however I wanted to flip it. So I hopped on the phone. I called everybody I knew in the music industry. Bro, I need you. 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 Tell me what you need me to do for your artist. Tell me how I can help you. You know what I'm saying? Use me, bro. Favor for a favor, but I need you to show up. And, man, we had an amazing turnout for the first music industry night. And then, boom, they handed it to me. And then the second music industry night, my rep got fired. That's how it became all mine.
Oh, man. Damn.
So it was like a gift and a curse because bro, cool as hell, love him to death. I still communicate with him on a regular basis. Shelby and Barry. Barry he's in Atlanta. Him and his wife own like event centers and all that. So he wasn't even ready to put the time and the effort in as well. So he was like, bro, shit, here you go. Alley-oop, it's yours. And that's how Music Industry Night became mine. It was Hornets Music Industry Night, and it was all from the Hornets. But then, boom, it was mine. And dang. Look, I'm going into my 6th Hornets Music Industry Night coming up this Saturday. God is good. We rocking, we rolling, we getting it together. Y'all can get y'all tickets now on djchuckt.com, or you can hit the link in my bio on any of my social media platforms. It's at DJ Chuck T. That's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And we have Mazi Behi from Def Jam. He's been with Def Jam 21 years. He's one of our major label speakers. And then we also have Moses Davis, who is with Columbia Records. He's been with Columbia Records quite some time. He will be one of our major label speakers. And then on top of that, I have all of the music directors, program directors, mix show directors, DJs.
It's a big thing, man.
Yeah, industry reps, middlemen, the plugs, everybody you need to know in the music industry, the publicists, the managers, you know what I'm saying, the sub labels, everybody who's a somebody is gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? So look, when artists ask me who have you gotten signed, I always tell them, shit, don't ask me who I got signed. Ask me how many people have I put in front of the major labels.
That's major, bro.
Because I can't sign you. I don't have the power to sign nobody.
That is major.
To ask them how hundreds. Every time I do a music industry night, I'm putting you directly in front of the labels. You can stand in the corner the whole time and be scared and be timid. We got some artists who go right up to him. Hey, bro, I'm so-and-so. I'm based out of Greensboro. Let me get your info. Oh, I'm so-and-so. I'm based out of Charleston. Can I get your info? You know what I'm saying? And then from there, you right there plugged in with the label. I plugged you in. You don't need me to get you no deal at that point. You know what I'm saying? You don't need me. I'm giving everything to you. I'm not a gatekeeper. You know what I'm saying? Everybody keep talking about, oh, these niggas gatekeeping around. I'm not a gatekeeper, bro. All my plugs I've put right out in front of you. Go get them. All you got to do is buy a ticket to get in. And that's where niggas, they don't want to invest in their careers.
What?
Bro.
They don't want to buy a ticket?
Man, look. Whenever I was coming up and I was doing my thing, wherever I needed to go to be amongst the artists and be amongst the radio reps and the record reps and the label reps, I paid to get in those rooms. I didn't have to be DJing. These niggas be like, oh yeah, if I'm not performing, I'm not going. That's fine.
You stupid.
You dumb. I imagine me saying, oh, if I'm not DJing at Power 105 Music Summit, I'm not going. No, that's why I went and I met Chris Lighty. I met goddamn Irv Gotti. I met all them people there. I met all the record reps, and when people see you at these events, they know your face and they know you working. You know what I'm saying? But artists, and this is something when you do any interview clip, I need you to clip this part and put this up.
For sure.
Artists feel like they will perform their way into a label situation, whether it be a major deal or a developmental deal. All they want to do is perform 24/7, 365. They never want to learn the business. They never want to learn who they need to know in the business and meet the people they need to know and put themselves in the position. Everything is perform. They feel like they will perform themselves to $1 million. Performing and doing showcases is just one piece of a bigger puzzle you need to be going. You need to get plugged in. Go get the knowledge. Go get the education. Go meet the people who really, really move the needle and push the culture forward. You don't always got to perform everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You don't always have to perform. And the thing that really kills me is when these artists say, boy, I done performed at showcases for 4-5 years and I still ain't signed. You know, fuck these showcases. Bruh, you think you're going to get signed off of a showcase alone? That's impossible. That's delusional. Showcases are for practice. All right? You're supposed to be learning how to hold a mic, how to project your voice. Okay. You're supposed to be learning how to work the crowd and move the crowd. You're supposed to be learning how to breathe when you performing this specific song, where I need to breathe at. You need to be out there making sure that, you know, if you got to go in the gym so that you can perform, then that's what you do. That's what showcases are for. And they're for networking. You're supposed to be there meeting the DJs, meeting the managers, meeting the other artists. So many artists say, I don't fuck with showcases, just be artists performing for artists. Okay, that's cool, but these are your peers. You're supposed to be networking with your peers. I just had 2 artists who met each other, I should say, at a showcase that I did in Greensboro. They're headed down to South by Southwest. All right. They came to me to get flyers because, you know, I print flyers. One artist is on one side of the flyer, the other artist on the other side of the flyer. They got 1,000 posters. One artist on one side of the poster, one artist on the other side of the poster. They rented a Sprinter van, the two of them and their teams, to go down to South by Southwest because they met at a showcase. They were not worried about, oh, it's just a bunch of rappers rapping for rappers. They came to the showcase to find rappers who are just like them so we can partner up. We can split these costs. We can share information. You know what I'm saying? You got to build your network. Because they both weren't from Greensboro. They were just in Greensboro for the meet and greet.
Wow.
But now, if I see an opportunity, I can get on the phone with you. Hey, big bro, what you got going on next week? Nothing. Boy, this going on. Boy, I got to see something that you need to be at, and vice versa. You need the network. All right? And you need content. All right? You need to constantly be working social media. You need to be showing people that you are working. You need to be showing people that you're performing. All right? So you can go do a showcase. Let's say nobody's at the showcase. Let's say nobody is there. All right? You know we're in a content-driven society. So I'm going to have my cameraman come to the showcase. Show me getting out the car. You know what I'm saying? Getting my shit together. Show me walking into the building. He gonna get the slow motion shot of me walking in. Right? He gonna get me and my niggas going up to the VIP booth. He gonna get the bottle girls. You know, I just bought one bottle. You know what I'm saying? But all they need is the light show. So now they get up there with the light show. They showing the bottles. Your cameraman getting at it's the slow motion. All right? Now they got you getting ready to go on stage. They got you grabbing the mic. You know, now they got you performing. They have not shown the crowd at all. Ain't nobody in that bitch, bro.
Right.
Ain't nobody in there. But the cameraman is focused on you performing. All right? Then they get you doing a recap video afterward. You and your niggas, y'all outside the club. Yeah, bro, we was just at such and such club. We shut that motherfucker down. Boy, that shit was goddamn lit. Me and my nigga, all your niggas in the background. Yeah. Gang, gang. You know what I'm saying? Throw the gang. You know what I'm saying? And you over there. Boom. You got content. You need that content. You need that content. And if I'm a promoter, all right, if I'm somebody who pays artists for shows, or if I'm doing a show and I need to find a dope local artist who I know is sort of, you know what I'm saying, hot and working hard, now I'm going to go to your page and I'm going to see that not only did you promote that show like it was yours, but then you did a full recap video on it. You shouted out the show. You shouted out me, the promoter. You know, now I'm like, he's working hard, all right? So let's just say the promoter doesn't really like your music. He knows that you're working hard. So now he's either going to invite you out, hey, bro, I got a booth and a bottle for you. Or he may say, hey, bro, I got $1,000 for you. Because you know you need content. People need to see you working. If I'm a DJ and I go to your page on Instagram and I see you working, I don't care how many people were not in that club. You killed that showcase. And then let's take it a step further. Let's say you did kill that showcase. Let's say I watched the actual performance.
Heck yeah.
And you was up. Nobody was in that motherfucker. It didn't matter.
You going all out.
I seen you going all out. That's all that matters. Now you don't want me over as somebody who gonna say your name in these buildings. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm a fan and I see you got up there killed them, I'm like, okay, all right, let me go on Spotify, check bro out. If you a fan. All right, so you need the content. So showcases are not meant to get you signed with a record label. That baffles me that you think that you're just going to perform at showcases. And you're just going to keep performing at showcases over and over again. Nothing else. All right, you're not going to no music conference, no music seminars, no music business classes, no networking meetings. Because at the end of the day, you got to go to these things to know what the labels are asking.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You got to know what they looking for. If you don't know what the label looking for, then you just out here spinning the wheels. You know what I'm saying? Damn. But so many artists say, "Oh, if I'm not performing, I'm not going."
You acting you acting like you done made it already.
Exactly. We are in a content-driven society, bro. I have DJ'd in clubs where nobody was there. And I set up my tripod right in front of the DJ booth. And I cut the fuck up for about 15 minutes in front of the DJ booth. I went live. I got people watching me cutting the fuck up. Club empty. Ain't nobody in that bitch. But I'm going in. Next thing you know, I check my DMs later on that night or early that morning. Hey, big bro, how much you charge the DJ? I got a club out here in such and such. How much you charge the DJ? I got a club out here in such and such. Oh, my wedding is coming up. Boy, all these wedding DJs boring as shit, bro. Boy, I love the way you was cutting. I was watching you on live. Hey, bro, how much you charge? Nobody was in the club. But it was the content. It was the fact I went live. They saw me going crazy. I posted the video to my page. They saw me going crazy. And now I got gigs off of it. Imagine if I said, hey, imagine if a promoter calls to book me and I'm like, shit, this is my price. And he say, all right, cool, I got you. Hey, bro, how many people gonna be there?
That's stupid. I'm going to get the money, bro.
I'm going to get the money. I don't care if there's 5 people in there.
Money and the exposure, bro. I'm going to get that bread.
I'll go live and DJ for the 40 people who watching me on live. I don't give a fuck.
Now, this my very final question.
Okay, let's go, man.
Right here, bro. If you had it, you done dropped so many
jewels.
So I can't even. My final question always: can you give keys of success or words of advice? But the whole interview, you just been dropping. I really don't feel like I should even ask that question.
Well, I'm gonna answer it. My key to success is this: get knowledge. All right, get knowledge and study the business for yourself. Get the knowledge. Don't just take the word of everybody. All right, verify, fact check. And if somebody is factual or correct, they won't mind you fact checking them. Okay. I be telling people all the time, you can check my background. You know what I'm saying? I get calls from everybody. Hey, bro, I just bumped into so-and-so. Yeah, he said, you know, he asked me about you. I told him you was a good nigga because I am a good nigga. So I don't mind if I bump into somebody and they call and do a background check on me.
For sure.
Do a background check on me. Talk to my homies. You can even talk to the haters. The haters are only going to be able to tell you what they heard. But they going to tell you, yeah, man, you know, I heard this, but they ain't going to be able to tell you nothing else. What did he do to you? I mean, he ain't do nothing to me. I'm just saying what I heard.
Tell you the
exactly.
truth.
No, what did he do to you? Oh, I don't know. Let me talk to somebody who do know him. All right, you fuck with Chuck? Yeah, I fuck with bro. You know him personally? Yeah, I know him personally. What kind of niggas? Man, he cool as hell, bro. You know what I'm saying? He talk that shit now. that's all they gonna. He talk that shit now, but he cool as hell now. I fuck with him. He 100, bro. He do get a little. You know what I'm saying? You know he do talk that shit. He get a little fly sometimes. But he a good nigga.
Would you rather somebody just to sugarcoat some shit to make your feelings feel good, or somebody just gonna tell it to you raw and it's the truth?
Exactly. Tell me the truth, bro. Because I need to know what I'm up against. I need to know where I'm going. I need to know what I'm doing. And I need to know if I'm moving in the right direction. Tell me the truth. So I always tell people, seek knowledge, gain knowledge. All right? Seek knowledge, gain knowledge. And another thing for artists, there's no such thing as doing it the right way. Do it. Hop out there, do it. Fix it as you go along. The only thing in this music industry that is factual is the business. That's the only thing that you can do wrong. All right? You can forget to do something or you can fill a form out wrong. That's the only thing you can do wrong.
Okay.
That's it. That's the only thing you can do wrong is the business. But when you start talking about marketing and promotion and how does my music sound and all that, there's nothing you can, all that stuff is subjective. So when artists say, boy, I got 100 songs in the studio, I don't want to really put nothing out until I'm sure I can do it right.
Put that shit out.
Put that shit out, bro. You know what I'm saying? I tell people, get it mixed and mastered, get a dope cover, put it out. Because never skip getting it mixed and mastered. I never
You said that. You said that's what's killing the
hits. That's what's killing the hits.
Bro, how can you tell if something mixed and mastered, bro? I don't.
So to the average ear, you know, you can't really tell, but to somebody like me who is always in clubs, I can tell if I'm gonna play a record and it's gonna sound crazy distorted in the club. So I can tell if the music is overpowering your lyrics. Now we can't even hear you. I can tell you if the bass too low, the treble too high. You know what I'm saying? It sounds muddy. It's super compressed. You know, now that we're in the digital age, it's hard to tell. But in the CD age, you could always tell. All right, the digital age, you know, you playing music on your phone, you playing music on the computer, you playing music off the laptop, off the iPad, like you playing music on all these different sources, Bluetooth speakers. So the quality always gonna be fucked up. All right, sometimes if the music too loud on your phone and it's not loud enough on your computer, I mean, it's gonna sound weird. You know, like there's so many different ways you can fuck the music up. But in the CD era, we could always tell. We would do the car test. We gonna put that bitch in the car. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. I get. That's why they say we gotta play this shit in the car.
Exactly. That's the car test. Cause the car gonna bring out all those imperfections. Studio speakers are meant to make things sound great. All right, they're meant to bring out the little small nuances and all that. And sometimes it can either sound too good on the speakers in the studio, or it can sound not good enough because it's bringing out all the little small imperfections and things like that. But once I put that bitch in the car and do the car test, now I know how the people are gonna hear that music. So now I'm able to hear, oh yeah, this is too loud. You know, in the studio, you know, the bass was just, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, the bass was overshadowing it. But now I know that this is too loud. Or I know that the treble, the hi-hats, all this, it sounds too muddy. It sounds compressed. It's too much auto-tune. You know, I can hear all that in the car. Because the studio speakers are high quality. They're high grade. And not everybody has studio speakers.
Right.
Sometimes you got to go to the bottom to hear how the regular niggas gonna hear it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But getting your music mixed and mastered, making sure that the quality and the levels and everything is straight, and getting some solid artwork is all you need to be worried about. Beyonce will drop a song tomorrow. And that's one of the things I tell a lot of artists. You know, don't worry about the promotion beforehand, because we live in an I want it now society. Worry about the promotion once you drop it.
Okay. Man.
You know what I'm saying? Don't wait. Don't promote a single for a month and a half. People don't care. If I'm on my phone and I'm scrolling and I see your album cover and I hear your song playing in the background, I say, oh, this shit hard. I want to listen to it now. And then what if I look in the caption and it says, dropping April 28th? Nigga, that's a
I want it now.
That's 2 months from now. I'm scrolling to the next nigga. Oh, this shit hard. Oh, his shit out now on all platforms. I'm pushing the button. Now I'm streaming it. Now you getting the money from the stream.
Right.
While the other nigga just over here, goddamn.
About to drop in April sometime.
In April, and people done forgot about it.
Damn.
Put it out and then promote it. Put it out and promote it. Worry about the rollout once the song is out. That's what people call it, a rollout. It's already out. We rolling it and it's out.
For sure. Man, Chuck T, bro, I appreciate you coming through here, man.
Thank
you. You done gave a crash course to. If you're an artist and you need to watch this interview, you guys need to go to his music his Foundation of Music. Y'all also need to go ahead and get them tickets ready for the NBA Music Industry Night.
Yep. If you can get everything off DJChuckT.com or hit the link in my bio on any of my pages at DJ Chuck T.
All right, y'all. We go ahead and wrap it up. Thank y'all for watching the G Rich Show. It's the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, DJ Chuck T. We up out of here.